also like to put public praise out to Vicky and Clary. I really do miss Clary from public services.
That's Keith's fault.
Yeah. Praise to Vicky. You're about Sandy Dickens booth downstairs in the system. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Alan. Cheers. Anybody else? Yeah.
Just to feel wrong about the website, we started to use managed comments because Reach disappeared and the old main website don't understand technology. But on managed comments, you used to be able to download your monthly's order.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with Diamond UK's codes anymore.
Yeah.
Are you going to work with managed comments in the future to make it a little bit easier?
The thing is, at the minute, you know, we've got various kind of EPOS systems that need different data and information off us. They're asking us, you know, what can we provide them? You know, and the truth is that the Diamond US system had more fields in it for some of the data that they were given and they were provided than the UK one does. They're one of the people that we're talking to, and if we can make it work, we still want to work, you know, ready so that they can all carry on with the job that they're doing. You know, so yes, hopefully, you know, we can get to it. The point is that, you know, some people there probably don't sort of use series codes as much as others, you know, and stock codes. That's the biggest question that people need an answer on, and that's one we haven't got yet, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know, our system's called MCBA, and basically it registers everything from, you know, title, description, but the truth is that MCBA is 30 years old, and the newer systems have got more fields, you know what I mean, and more modern sort of EPOS systems and, you know, managed comics and things like that. They need that extra data, otherwise it can't populate and it doesn't feed. So we are talking to anyone that's asking us, but we're very conscious as to being able to give the same to everybody. But hopefully, you know, they'll still be able to sort of pick it up from us.
I'm sorry that I'm late, they just talked to me. Would you be able to make an API system that we could integrate to our eShops?
Same kind of thing. You know, Diamond US did Comic Suite, and that's unfortunately messed up for a lot of people that signed up for it. So we're very conscious of not making, you know, sort of the same possible problems for us. But that said, we are looking at new systems where we get fed data instead of us actually needing to receive it via a CSV or a spreadsheet or what have you. We're actually looking to operate a new system where we actually get fed data, and we'd need that first before we could look at it. But again, it's something that we're aware of and something that you know, we want to look at. It's the same with an EPOS system. We'd love to be able to offer it, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But not every account uses it, and everyone has slightly different requirements of what they use. But yeah, we are looking to be more sort of digitally integrated and able to share data.
Sorry to always talk about this. Is
Right.
Any mileage in the reorder date getting pushed back? by which I mean, you know, if someone places an order with me on a Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
it might come on the Wednesday rather than a week on the Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, I won't ask Al to answer this because, you know what I mean, it's something that I want to go the other way. But again, it's the same thing. You know, if we can get the shipment back on time, then the reorders will be much easier to sort. You know what I mean? But the problem is, while we're picking, you know, obviously our priority is new product. You know what I mean? The same every week. You know what I mean? And I think we're still the one distributor that picks extras at the same time and doesn't let you wait a week or two for them, sort of thing. And that's kind of something that we're going to try and keep to. But yeah, if we can streamline the warehouse time, you know what I mean? Because at the minute, you know, Al's got a team of receivers, he's got a team of pickers, packers, and he's got a team of, you know, people that pick reorders. But you know, if the shipment's late, then we need the reorder pickers, you know what I mean, for the shipment. And that's kind of what's happening at the minute, because we haven't got that definite, it arrives here, and here. We've had to change where the reorders are just to sort of make sure that we get the new product out in time. So yes, I want to go one way, we won't go the other way. And hopefully that's something that we'll be able to, you know, change. I mean, and the trouble is as well, you know, we're being honest, you know, you run reorders and what's the average page count of reorders?
607.
600-700 pages of reorders. You know what I mean? So, and some of them are 50 pieces, some are 100 pieces, and some are 2 pieces. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, the system that we can't get away from is that those 2 pieces could be at 2 completely different ends of the warehouse. And it means sending one of his guys out to pick that, to put it on ready to then join, you know, with the rest of the shipment that comes through. Because what happens is the reorders get picked and they sit to one side, and as the new print comes down, they get added in. So we try and make sure that, you know, it's a cost effective and it's a quick way for us of doing it. But like I say, when you get 700 pages and some of them are just 1 or 2 pieces as a reorder, time constraints mean that it's a bit tricky. You know, so, you know, if it's big enough to be a prompt pick, Al's got no choice then. You know, he's got to pick. So if you want to spend a bit more on your reorders, then you know, there's nothing he can do about it. But no, it is something that we're aware of, you know what I mean? Because we know, you know what I mean? And it used to be a lot simpler. It did used to turn up every week, you know what I mean? And you could rely on it. You could tell people, yeah, come back in next week, you know what I mean? So we understand that another week's a big problem. But yeah, leave it with us if that's all right. Cool. I don't know if somebody's on next, so I think we've had to kind of wrap up, just in case people are outside waiting to come in. But look, it's so good to see so many people, you know what I mean? We weren't sure how many of you wanted to turn up, you know what I mean? So the fact that you have, you know, really is a, you know, it's a really good thing for us. So, and for those of you who don't know, it's the Fox Connaught. So you go out of the building, I mean, as you get to the top of the steps, literally out of the east side, you'll see the pub straight in front of you. It's the Fox Connaught. So come and join us for a drink, yeah? Okay.